What's up, my people? This is your boy Tim, aka T.O. Speaks.
And it's your girl Yammy, aka Yams Be Saying. And you are now tuned into Love and Theology.
I know I've questioned many things in this world, but I never had to question your love. So I know one thing's for sure. I can put trust in a real love, your love.
For every mom who ever missed a meal so they would have enough to let their babies eat. Fathers who grind every day to provide more than good advice. Charlie Sheen.
Well, first, let me start off by saying thank you for deciding to join us for episode 3. We in episode 3, but first let me start off with giving this beautiful woman, Yams Be Saying, aka my wife, my baby mama, my boo, a shout out. I just love you so much. She is dope. She keeps me inspired to keep doing this, and I just want to say thank you and I appreciate you. You deserve to be recognized publicly, so that's what I want to do. You deserve it. You deserve it all, boo.
Boo now.
You my boo.
That's not awkward at all. But thank you, I guess, because somebody gonna be out like, here she go. He compliment her, and he don't know how to take it. No, I don't know.
And they should.
Okay, whatever. Yo, but for real, thank you guys so much for responding to our call of action, which was to like, subscribe, share, comment, and tell people about our podcast. Last time we we told you guys that our goal is to get at least 50 subscribers on the Apple Podcast and 100 on the YouTube, and we are getting closer and closer to meeting our goals, which means you guys are actually listening to us. So that's super dope. Thank you so much for your investment, for liking us on social media. Some of y'all have even sent topic suggestions to our Gmail account at loveandtheology@gmail.com. And we really appreciate it. So thank you so much for tuning in. I'm just on the content, my content personality thing is yo, this is super dope because
Really?
you guys are actually responding to it. And I didn't think that would be a thing.
Well, we are so grateful and humble for you all.
Humbled
for everybody just, giving it a chance, giving it an opportunity. Because all we trying to do, we just trying to do something. We doing something.
You're doing something. No, it's super dope. So if we spend every few minutes before the episode telling y'all thank you, that's what we gonna do. So y'all just gonna have to get used to it. Anyway, what's the topic for today?
Well, the topic for today is what's next. If you remember the last episode 2, we talked about the pandemic and how do we get here. That was the topic. How do we get here, right?
Right.
So now we're talking about what's next. Basically, we just want to explore and look into what's next after the pandemic, or even though we're still in the pandemic, but after the storm, after we've been able to wade the storm and get through it and learn how to ride this wave of the pandemic, what's next?
I mean, I guess we're still kind of in the process of trying to figure everything out, just overall, right? Because the pandemic is not over. People are just, in Atlanta where we are based, everything has always been open. So it's not I don't think Atlanta experienced, the southern states, Florida, Atlanta, I don't think they experienced the pandemic.
It's ironic that it's all red states, basically.
Bum, bum, bum. But yeah.
I'm just going to call it that.
No, and we will talk about politics on this thing because that is a cornerstone of things that kind of get us going.
I ain't wearing no mask.
What?
I ain't wearing no mask.
You said that?
That's the southern states.
Oh, I'm about to say, that ain't you.
I'm just saying, that's just the red states. I can just picture it. I think people can understand where I'm coming from.
Now, especially in the area that we live in, they just be like, we don't care that the numbers say that people are dying. This was a man-made thing. The people are trying to convince you to believe that they are doing it.
It ain't nothing but the flu.
And we can attest that
It's
it is
more
than the flu.
I done had the flu and I done had corona.
Right, both of us. I had it twice last year, and it was no joke at all.
And corona shut us down.
Oh man, the whole Christmas season it was so trash. Maybe one day we'll have to talk about that because I mean it's a blur, but we couldn't go out, we couldn't do nothing.
Let me tell you the stages of corona, what I experienced, right?
Oh God.
I went from, I got a sneeze, a sniffle, look cold. Okay, I'm good. Whatever it was, it left. Then Saturday hit, I remember I was up recording. I was like, man, I'm sick. My body just got weak. So I come home, I got chills, I'm running a fever. And then come Monday, it left. So I'm like, well, that's that immune system. Why I keep my immune system in check.
Boy, hey man, what's so funny?
Like, what the hell is?
I already know he was talking. If you talk about how arrogant Tim is, you already know he was probably sitting there like, oh yeah, I got this thing. Ain't nothing gonna hold me down. Little did he know.
Wednesday hit, right?
Yeah.
Man, that thing came back with vengeance, man. So the first day, couple days, laying isolated, feeling good. Not feeling good, but it's not bad. I'm gonna tell you, by day 6, I was on my knees saying, God, I understand that this might be it. For real, I'm like, this ain't getting no better. I had a fever for 8 days now.
Oh, God,
I'm like, this is it. I get it, man.
And he is so gosh darn pitiful because like normal people, like, okay, so the way it happened, this is what we're talking about. But the way it happened, I didn't put this on the right browser. Okay. Anyways, the way this happened, I was exposed. Can I tell y'all something real quick?
Think about it. Let God speak to you first.
Because the good Lord is dealing with me about making sure that I don't have to say things the way I want to say things all the time, which is a really big problem for me because I think, and we were having a conversation with some good friends of ours this weekend about it, but given an opportunity to choose peace or to choose violence, I am always, more than likely, going to lean towards violence.
Let me say, I don't want to say violence. You're going to lean towards confrontation rather than peace.
Right.
Because you're not violent.
Right. But violence is what the kids are using, like the terminology the kids are using when I guess the equivalent is speaking for something that you believe in, or going toe to toe with confrontation. It's like a new term for confrontation.
Can I tell a story about you?
Oh God.
Twice. I'm gonna give 2 stories.
That's okay.
I can give 3. It's so many.
It's okay. I'll edit them out if I don't like them. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I remember. Can I give all 3? Do we have time for that?
We have plenty of time. Go ahead.
So I remember we was living in an apartment, right?
Okay.
And what is it? I forget what the name was.
Okay,
I was the
You were responsible for the apartment.
keeping the security, right?
Yeah.
So somebody that I've been having issues with in the apartment followed me to my house, right?
You have been having issues with?
Well, I had to shut down this party. I was the resource officer.
I didn't know. That's
not what
it is. It's something else. The resource officers. School.
Anyway,
it don't matter.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't know that you had problem. I probably would have sat down.
No, it wasn't I just go there like, hey, turn the music down. He decides to cuss me out, man.
Okay.
You know how black people do, other black officers, man. They just hate them. But
you're too black for the blue and too blue for the brown.
Right.
Okay.
So,
anyway, go ahead.
So I just said, hey man, it ain't my fault if the whole neighborhood's complaining that your party's out of control. I got to do my job. I got to feed my family. So that happens. But long story short, he didn't like me from that point. So he followed me. You remember that night he followed me?
Oh, I thought that was just a random straggler.
He followed me. So he followed me all the way to my house. Now he lived on the other side of the apartment. I get out to get comforted, finna approach the guy. Here go Yami. All up in his face. I'm like, golly, let's do it. Let's go. What you want to do? I'm like, come on.
And
girl.
he wasn't backing down one bit. He was not afraid of me.
He wasn't.
And I was just kind of like, well, okay, I guess I'm just gonna.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, that dude came this close having a bad day. It was about to be bad. But anyway, that's one story of Yami getting the car. Then I remember one time we was riding the car. We was on Beaver Run Road. It was an 18-wheeler driver he was having issues with. I guess both of y'all want to merge to the lane. And I'm over there asleep. I just hear Yami like, what you want to do? Get over there. And the guy tells Yami to pull over. She actually pulls over. I wake up and say, Yami, don't pull over with somebody telling you to pull over. You don't know what this man got on the other side of the car. But she is willing to pull over and fight this guy.
I was angry.
I'm like, but what is wrong? I'm like, you put yourself in danger.
Ain't you supposed to be backing me up? That's what you do.
I do back you up, but in sensible situation, we could have just rolled home. Y'all don't know each other. Y'all got to argument. Let's go home. What's the point?
I mean,
What if this dude would have jumped out the car with an AR-15 ready to shoot everything moving?
Then we would have died together.
You wasn't ready for that extreme. You know what I'm saying? You don't think it's the next level, man.
We would have died together. Next, what's your next story?
At the park here recently. You
We
know?
can't talk about that one because that's too fresh.
But it's the best one. It's the one that you did the movies and everything.
What did I do?
When we get to the park.
Hold on. Whisper it to me first.
Nah. If I'm gonna say it, I'm gonna say it so they can hear.
That's okay. I'll edit it out if it's
So we get to the park. We beat this team pretty badly, right?
Oh, yeah.
And this guy, as we walking, I coach Little League football.
I thought it was a different part. Go ahead.
I don't know about this part. Let's talk about it.
No, go ahead.
So
we beat the team badly.
And so we walking out. One of the team there. He was a dad.
Beat the team because he's a coach for a.
I'm an assistant coach.
Assistant coach for a
Pop Warner.
Whatever. Okay, I don't know the language.
6 and 7 year old, the babies.
Okay, go ahead.
So we beat him pretty badly. I guess he's a father or somebody on the team. He goes.
And he was a coach.
Yeah,
and there was background history that had nothing to do with me. I just want to make sure this is clear.
But we have to forget all that.
Okay,
forget all that, right?
Uh-huh.
And he goes and say, y'all garbage, trash, beating them kids that bad. We beat them like 40-0. And here go Yammy. After I see that this guy's serious, here go Yammy up in his face. What you want to do? What you want to do?
I want to go on record for saying that I initially thought that he was joking. He was talking very loudly to my husband, and I was just kind of like, "Nah, you're not gonna be, my husband. He's not the tallest dude in the world. So we got to show force as a team. You know what I'm saying? Wait, Kevin Hart said something about we had to look good as a unit or something. I mean, I'm just trying to support you. So me trying to support you is claim for you to go ahead and put me on blast in front of the people.
What I'm trying to tell the people that how about it you are. You about that action, man.
It at all.
You about that action.
I am very reserved.
Yeah, I mean, you go from reserved to, hey, you were just chilling, laughing. Next thing you know, I see you down low looking at this dude like, what you want to do? I'm like, what's going on? Why do you dip? Why you dip down when you about ready to fight?
Because I need to know that I need people to know that you small to me. You ain't nothing but an ant. So I'm just looking down to you. You know, even though he was really big, whatever. He was just inappropriate, but he was really out of pocket. He was super out of pocket. Anyway.
But that's my wife. She always ready to go to war with me. And I appreciate you.
Point is, I am working on it. The good Lord has been really dealing with me as late. Because I just be over here looking like, nah, Lord, you not moving quick enough. Vengeance is mine, not yours. Let me handle it. That is very indicative of how I be trying to roll out in these streets. But God is dealing with me. Anyway, back to the story. The original story.
Man, we just went off on
Yeah, we went off on a whole tangent, but that's okay. So we got exposed to Corona. And for those of you who don't know, we have a daughter. She's 7 now. She has a compromise, or she was diagnosed with a compromised immune system. I mean, it's a blood disorder titled sickle cell anemia. And this month is actually sickle cell anemia. September is sickle cell anemia month. Sickle cell awareness month. Anyway, so. As we previously indicated, it's really just us. Mm-hmm. We don't have nobody, like we have people in our corner that we can turn to if we really needed to. But as far as like dropping a whole kid off for like 2 weeks to survive a coronavirus, you can't do like that. Well, I mean, we could, but she would be, especially around that time, she would have been really, she had already been with us for a whole year. Yep. It would have been really tough on her emotionally. But actually we do now that I think about it, because we probably could have dropped her off to one of the honeybees. Anyway, the point is we got exposed. So I had the initial encounter. I therefore got exposed first. Mm-hmm. And this was my second time. So like it was my second time that year, and it wasn't as bad. So I was just kind of like whatever. But I kept telling him and the kid to just kind of keep some distance, which he was just kind of like, sleep with my wife. I didn't care if I exposed myself.
Well, we didn't know it was corona, but I thought it was just a cold.
Nah, bro, I kept telling you that I was like feeling like the little prickly things on my back and everything. But I also, you go into panic mode. So I was trying my best not to like worry you. I was telling you, just keep a distance for 2 weeks. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? I'll take, whatever room, and then we'll be all right. Or give me room with the bathroom, or our bedroom, obviously, so that y'all can have like space and everything else. Cause especially with me, I don't need to be outside. Like as long as I got a television, I'm all right. Anyway, that happens, and he was like, you see, if you had a better immune system, you would be able to. That's because you don't be taking all these vitamins that I be taking. Lo and behold, this Negro got it like immediate, subsequent to me. So like it's like
he got over it. That's when I did.
Yeah. So the 2 weeks I had it like in 4 weeks in a month. This is in December. This is Christmas.
Yep.
So 2 weeks I had
the first
it,
half, yep.
And then he had it the second half. Oh, and I tell you, this man was so pitiful. Oh my God. I had to excommunicate him to one of our rooms, which our daughter occupies safely and without fear or nothing for a little bit. Man, please. You kept coming in here telling me there's something going on. There's something going on with mine. I just don't want to be alone.
It was bad, man. That coronavirus was bad.
And the first time I had coronavirus, I was still going to work.
Because we didn't know what it was.
My point, though, is that it was bad for me, and I was still mobilized. You had an opportunity to be at home by yourself or in a corner by yourself to rejuvenate. And then I would find him spreading his diseases all the way into the house. Like, it'd be 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, what is that fumbling going on? I just didn't want to be by myself, so I came up closer.
Okay. We actually make this
you want to talk about
roasting session.
But it was funny to me. Anyway, what else you want to talk about?
Well, what's next?
Well, how did we get on the corona part?
Well, we're there from the pandemic. Then you said that the pandemic's still here. Then you started talking about coronavirus.
It was me or it was you?
It was you.
Okay, so either way, I think for 2020, we got on. It lit a match to forcing us out of our comfort.
Right.
In a number of ways. And I think we were in complete transition mode and we didn't even know it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Because it was kind of like things were set in the stage for us to make some really big pivotal decisions and changes for what would eventually be this year. What do you think?
I would agree. Yeah, I think so too. I think that God began to transition us and shift us and pivot us, or whatever you want to call it. I heard so many different terms since this pandemic been going on. But before we even realized what was happening, right? So
keep going.
So, even during this shift and this pivot, I believe that it began to stretch us, and then after it stretched us, it's like a rubber band. It stretched us, and then it pulled us back together faster and closer, right? Because I remember when we first began to go to the pandemic, it was all good at first, like you said, like you was mad, like, oh man, I got to spend time with these people. But then I got to know somebody, I got to know my wife to the point of, I thought I knew you, but I really didn't know you, because I knew you from, a couple hours out of the day because we were both working, right? Mm. But then when I had to be around you every day, I got to know you more. Some days I was like, man, I do not like this woman. Just have to be around her a lot.
I don't think that was the case for you.
I just never expressed it. But what I'm saying is, we got to know each other, right? And then I think what happened is, once we got through it, man, she like this, and I'm pretty sure that I gave you a hard time, right? I'm pretty sure like, this man is killing me.
Hard time is an understatement.
But after I got to figure things out, got to know you again, I began to fall in love with you again, right?
We had a really hard moment back in April, I think, where it was. I think we were just on the brink of everything was stressing us out. Tabitha was kind of like very restless in a lot of ways, and I don't know.
I mean, everything was getting ready to come to a head. Me, you, and Tab, all of us about to explode at one point. But then after that, once we got through it, it seemed like we got closer. You know what I mean? We started talking more. We started spending more
But
time.
we're like,
together.
what does through it? Like, cause like someone is probably looking at that and be like, yeah, I got through it. How? Like, what does
Like,
that
what
mean?
I'm saying, it's like anything else. Like, say, if you have like going through anything, right? Just anything. Once you get through the initial shock that it's happening, right? And then you go move on a little further, you get to the part where it's really getting bad, like you're getting stressed out, like coronavirus, basically, right? It's getting really bad. You're getting through it, man. This is gonna take me out. And then after you go through that part, cause you hung in there, you start going back down slope again. Stuff starts smoothing it out. So I think that what happened was we hit that point where everything started smoothing out again. We began to be able to coexist and live with each other after we got reintroduced to each other again. You see what I'm saying?
That's fair.
So once we got reintroduced to each other again, me personally, I fell in love with you again. And then, I began again after we got through that initial phase, I think we got closer and we grew stronger together. That's when we started working together, saying we're gonna do this and that together. Tabitha even became, more at ease with
I
stuff.
think the consequence, and consequence could be good or bad, right? But the consequence of the pandemic is that Tabitha decided that she was also a part of the decision-making portion of how this family dynamic runs.
She did do that.
And we have never really babied her.
Right.
Like, we didn't baby talk her when we were growing up. Shout out to Kathy Hale, who really put rest in peace, Kathy. Who was like, you ain't got to do that because she's fine, kind of thing. And our parents and stuff like that who also helped with that. But I legit think that Tabitha forgets sometimes that she's the kid in this dynamic.
Yeah,
and that's our fault. But
I mean, kind of, it was great because she was able to grow up quick, not being, talking to her like a baby. She knew stuff, but now it's kind of like backfire. She's like, man, why did y'all make this decision without me?
Legit, oh my God.
Right?
When we went to Jamaica, she was giving my parents the blues because it was all like, they out here trying to have fun without me.
She said that.
This is not how this works. And I like, to a degree, I like it because it means that in the future, when she's old enough, we'll be able to transition pretty hopefully seamlessly into not just a parent-child relationship or a parent-kid relationship, but a young adult or a bonding relationship.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But now though, it just be like, sis, you are the child. Like, we are the adults. We make the decisions.
You know what's bad about it? Even when she get like sassy or whatever, it makes sense, man. What she be saying, you be like, golly, that is right.
One thing about Tabitha, which she gets from both of us, to be clear, that you can't handle her any kind of way.
You might tell Tabitha to do something another way that she's doing it, right? Say, Tabitha, do it this way. This is what she'll say. Well, I just thought I could do it this way. I'm just saying, but whatever. And then she'll move on. I'm like,
God, I like that kid. She like her so much. She's so fun.
But whatever.
But no, I agree with you about us on a relationship part too. That like when we met with each other, and to be fair, I would have been okay with either one, right? But when we met, we were working for the police department. We were on shift work, so we would see each other for like maybe a couple days in between 8-hour sessions, depending on what shifts we were on.
Then I was on morning watch. We didn't even see each other really.
You were on morning watch for a sneeze.
I was on for a whole year, but it doesn't matter.
Sleep. After I let me tell you how indignant Tim is. I had already done morning watch. His brother had already done morning watch. We kept telling him, like, it's not the thing that you want to do. It's not for everybody. It's not for you. We agree that it's not for you. Like, nah, man, I need to get off this shit so I can He went on and he complained the entire time. I'm always sleepy. I don't know what day it is.
But first of all, because you want to be funny, girl.
Okay.
I had to get off that shift in order to get the day shift. I knew what I was doing. It was the end goal.
Okay.
And let's address complaining. Right? I don't know why people be like, stop complaining. No,
it's not people. It's me. It's you.
But I'm gonna tell you, I can complain. That don't mean I'm giving up. I got the right to look at my circumstance, but I don't like it. I think that's faking people. Oh man, it's all good. No, it's not.
Ain't
It's
nobody
hurting
saying.
you.
Ain't nobody
It's
saying.
hurting you, man.
Ain't nobody saying that you can't do that. My point is that you do it on a consistent and repetitive.
No, I don't.
I mean that because for you it ain't like that. But if I got to hear again, man, I can't stand being on more ways. Yeah, on day 47. Yes, I get it.
It don't matter if it was day one.
Okay.
I got the right to do that. I saw what was going on.
That's okay. We get it. There's
Right.
nothing we can do about it at this point. Let's move on.
Let's move on.
That's it. That's all I'm saying. But yeah.
Yo, what up, guys? It's your boy Tim, aka T.O. Speaks. We're so glad that you tuned in to watch our third installment of our podcast, Love and Theology. However, this last podcast episode went kind of long, so we will be splitting this up into 2 parts, or maybe giving you something new. But once again, thank you and stay tuned to Love and Theology.
Fathers who grind every day to provide more than good advice. Charlie Sheen, take it, everything you gotta take to bring the bacon home and put it on the table. You are not forgotten, legacies are made in our darkest hours. God is watching, keep your faith. Don't bend, don't fold. There's a lyric I quote, tell me trouble don't last always. There's a Christ I know who revives the soul of the one who lose their way. Pursue the one who promised us a peace of mind. I tried to fly high on my choice of vice, but then I found Christ was the road to life.